and welcome to this first round of SPAR Debate. I want to give a big thank you to both of our debaters in advance. Before we can begin, we need to determine sides. So let's have both of our debaters do a quick round of Rochambeau, rock, paper, scissors, to determine sides. You may go ahead.
All right.
So go ahead. Which side would you like to be on?
Pro.
The affirmative or on the negative?
I'll be pro.
All right. Then with that, let's go ahead and turn the round over to our debaters.
All right.
Topics are there. You go ahead and open. Pro strikes first. All right, please read the topic out loud.
Superheroes make better movies than villains.
All right, 2 minutes of prep time starts now.
Are you timing? Okay.
Seconds used. One minute used. One minute, 30 seconds used. Into prep time. All right, I now recognize the pro speaker to deliver a 2-minute constructive speech in favor of the resolution.
All right.
You're ready.
Okay, so our resolution today was superheroes make better movies than villains, and I'm on the affirmative of this, and I agree with this. My two main points, the first one is going to be that superheroes are there to teach lessons. So in the Black Panther, we all saw as T'Challa took a fall, he didn't understand where his opponent was coming from. He didn't understand his anger, but as soon as he was able to sympathize with his opponent, he was able to not only defeat him, but help build his country back together. And that is a big moral in teaching people to have sympathy for those who are kind of making your life hard. And that's a lesson that everybody, children, adults, can take into their everyday life. My second reasoning is going to be that superheroes is showing the world what caring for others looks like and what the effect that can have on the world. So in the Avengers Endgame, after Thanos did his little snap and took away half of the world, a lot of people are kind of like, well, this is how life is. However, the Avengers that were left got together and they worked to rectify the situation. It would have been a lot easier to just move on, but they cared about those who were lost. And more than that, they cared about those who lost somebody. So for those two reasons, that's why I think superheroes make better movies than villains.
All right, thank you very much. I now recognize the con speaker to deliver a 2-minute constructive speech opposing the resolution. Are we ready?
Okay. All right, guys. All right. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I'm having a blast. All right, let's get started.
Now, our prompt is superheroes make better movies than villains. Now, I am the villain in this story. I am the negative side. And I am going to prove to you how villains are indeed a better source of entertainment in the movie industry for two reasons: motive and unpredictability. All right, so for motive, we don't know exactly why Scar wanted to take over the Pride Rock. Wouldn't you like to know? That's a story that we are waiting for today. We want to find out, is he truly a villain, or maybe he's an anti-hero in the upcomings? He's complex. His mind is interesting and just muddled with the bad. But what if we could find out more about him? Just like in Maleficent's story, when we see Angelina Jolie take on her wings and take over the kingdom, we rooted for that villain. An unpredictable, this unpredictable motive creates unpredictable endings. Whenever we're cheering for the good guy in the superheroes, we all know there's going to be some moral. There's going to be something to take home message and things like that. But it's not exactly fun, is it? It's not exactly entertaining. We want to know what made them bad, what's making them continue to do bad choices, and how bad can they really get? We want to know that. So for those reasons, villains are just simply more fun. And that way, they're better entertaining in movie industries for motive and for the unpredictable endings that they cause. They cause chaos, they cause entertainment, and they cause just pure destructive mess. Isn't that what you want to see? Explosions. And that's a vote from the negative side.
All right, thank you very much. We will now open a period of 4 minutes of grand crossfire. Feel free to stand and ask questions of your opponents. You may begin.
Oh, okay.
All right. So to begin, what were your two main points? I just want to reiterate.
That superheroes teach lessons, and that superheroes show the world of what caring for others looks like and the effect it will have on everyone around them.
Okay, cool. All right. Do you have any questions for me?
The unpredictability of the superheroes. Do you mean like just like in the end of the movie, or their actions throughout?
All the actions throughout, and that causes a domino effect into the ending of the movie as well.
Okay. All right. Any more questions?
Also, so this moral understanding and these lessons that they're teaching, is it possible that a villain could teach that as well?
I think it is possible that a villain could teach it. However, the villain tends to focus on their own personal gain, whereas superheroes mostly focused on saving the world.
Okay, awesome. Okay, and let's see. What's the last superhero movie you watched?
The last one I watched was definitely the Sonic movie. My niece is obsessed. She's convinced she's Sonic.
Oh,
and yeah, so yeah.
Okay, so what was the moral understanding of that movie?
Definitely that Sonic needs to just accept himself the way he is. And once he truly accepted himself, he was able to defeat, I don't know his name, the man with the mustache.
Eggman.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, once he really accepted who he was able, and not be held back by this, his owl mom. He was kind of sad about, like, feeling guilty about her death.
Okay, cool, thank you. Yeah. Do you have a question for me?
No?
No? Yeah. Okay, I think we're good.
All right, go ahead and close Grand Crossfire there. Thank you all for that exchange. All right, we'll now move into the rebuttal speeches. I recognize the pro speaker to deliver a rebuttal speech not to exceed 2 minutes.
Okay, so I'm here to rebuttal for superheroes make better movies than villains. My opponent, Joanne, today pointed out that villains are better because they have motive and they're unpredictable. She mentioned wanting to know the motive behind Scar. Why was he so evil? But he was evil because he wanted to be king. And it was a very short-sighted motive. A lot of superheroes tend to have short-sighted motive. Thanos, again, wanted to kind of help the planets live. So he's like, well, let's just kill half the people. So they're very short-sighted motives. Secondly, the unpredictability. I will say no matter how bad a bad guy gets, the good guy always wins. not a superhero movie, but the Fast and Furious movies, I fall asleep every time I watch them. And when I wake up, the fast guys are winning and the bad guys are not. So although they are a little unpredictable throughout this movie, towards the end, it's kind of like, let's just get to where we all are happy and hugging everybody and saying inspirational speeches. So for these reasons, and what I stated previously before, superhero movies are teaching lessons, and superhero movies are showing what it looks like to care about more than just yourself, not having these short-sighted, selfish motives. And that's why I think you should vote in the affirmative, that superheroes make better villains. I mean, superheroes make better movies than villains. That's why. Okay. Cool.
And finally, we'll turn the floor back over to the con to deliver the final rebuttal speech, which should not exceed 2 minutes.
All right, let's start now. Thank you guys so much. This is going to be so much fun. I'm ready to tie this up. Thank you for being here, Cecily, and thank you guys for watching. All right, so let's prove how villains are, in fact, better in movies. Now, I like to start off with what my opponent has stated, that morals are taught in these superhero movies. I like to state that my opponent did say that villains could, in fact, teach morals as well. Things can be said as far as villains such as anti-heroes like Maleficent, who I'm going to reference again, who became the villain in the first reiteration of Sleeping Beauty. But in Maleficent, you find out her motives were in fact to protect Aurora in the end. She became the anti-hero. She was a villain, but with a hero intention. Becoming complex morals that are more entertaining to watch because it's not predictable. And it's showing caring. Again, Maleficent showed caring whenever she cared for Aurora. And she protected her better than her own dad. And good guys always winning? I don't know about that because Maleficent won her movie being the villain herself. So that shows in case that villains are in fact better because they're complex, their motives are complex, like I said, and unpredictable because causing an unpredictable ending. As we saw, Maleficent won the kingdom for Aurora, gave it to her so that she could have the forest for herself, for her villainous lair. So that in fact shows that villains are unpredictable, their motives are more complex, and creates a more fun environment for a movie. That in fact, movies are better with villains. Thank you very much.
Big round of applause for both of our debaters.